I finally found a set of irons that has changed my game completely. Forged feel, excellent distance, excellent consistency, all in one package. And who do I have to thank for it? Bryson DeCHAMBEAU'S. Welcome back, rough golfers. And if you are just joining us for the first time, then be sure to consider subscribing and hitting that like button if you enjoy this content so you don't miss any of my future videos, bro. Okay, they're coming. Today we're going to be talking about the Cobra Forged Tour irons. These bad boys are rocking. I've already played several rounds with these irons and completely changed my game from my old Mizuno irons. That, I'll give it to them, they feel like butter, but they just don't have the oomph that I needed to get me the extra distance. So I looked towards Cobra and Bryson DeChambeau. Of course, at this point, Bryson's no longer signed with Cobra, which I think is really Bryson's loss because Cobra makes some pretty darn good clubs. Hashtag not sponsored. I purchased these bad boys used off of eBay, my favorite golf website, because you can get rockin' deals on clubs that are actually really well maintained and they won't cost you an arm and a leg. Originally, in 2018, I believe is when these came out. They retailed for around $1,000 for a full set, and I actually got them for about 300 bucks shipping and all, and 4-through pitch and wedge, and they look great. I was really excited to do this club review, not only because I've really been enjoying the irons, but whenever I get an opportunity to test clubs, I love to share my experiences and my thoughts with you guys, so you have a little bit more information if you're considering purchasing this particular set. The four main categories I look at any club are going to be looks, feel, performance, and price. Those four categories really help me narrow down whether or not it's going to be a good fit for me. So starting with looks, I really enjoy the look of the Cobra King Forged Tour iron. You've got a smaller profile for the forged head. You've got on the backside King written in the very top of the club, and then of course you've got a plastic insert here which has got a little snake logo that Cobra has. It says Forged Tour and there's just one thin orange line. A very clean look, and I like that considering that Cobra has gotten a little crazy with some of their color schemes and designs of their clubs. This just looks a little more professional, looks really good in the bag, so I'm very happy with that. Now, feel. Because this is a forged iron, it has a great feel. Yes, it does have a cavity back, which has a tendency to make the ball feel a little more clicky, a little harder, and you just don't get the responsiveness that you would get out of a forged club like my Mizunos. And I will give it to the Mizunos, the MP68s, which came out in like 2010. Those have this club on feel, but not on distance. And to say that this cavity back being forged lacks feel would just be a complete misstatement, because this definitely feels like a forged club, but you can tell that there is a cavity back there and that it is helping you because it just feels a little bit harder than that nice soft forged Mizuno. Now, performance. Out on the course, this club has performed wonderfully for me. I'm hitting further distances, 7 to 10 yards minimum for each club, so I know that that cavity back is doing its job. Even on off-center hits, this club has weighting in the heel and in the toe. There's tungsten weights seen in the heel and in the toe, and that's to help with off-center hits on the club face. Of course, it's only from like 4 down to, I believe, a 7 iron. 8, 9, and pitch and wedge do not have the tungsten weights because you really don't need them at that point. But that it definitely helps because I've not been striking the sweet spot 100% of the time. Still getting used to these bad boys, but my flight is still good. My distance doesn't suffer like it would with a fully forged iron like the Mizunos. Now, I've hit more greens in regulation with this bad boy than I ever did with my Mizunos. I'm not seeing quite as wide a dispersion as I was with my Mizunos, which is kind of odd because normally with bladed clubs, you get a kind of a tighter dispersion. Of course, they're a little bit harder to hit, but I have to contribute that to the extra weighting in the off-center hits, not to lose distance. And I think it resists a little bit of the twisting that you would get with a thinner, maybe less weighted bladed iron. And I really enjoy that. Now, when it comes to price, I got these for a fantastic deal. Tax total in all, plus shipping, because I bought them off eBay, was 300 bucks. Okay, it was like 297 something. A full set of 4-through pitch and wedge. They barely looked like they've been played at all, and I got a really good deal on them. But that just goes to show you guys that you can get a really, really good iron set for an affordable price, and you're not having to spend thousands of dollars. You know, give these older irons a second look. I'm telling you, there's a lot of life left in them. You can still score with them, okay? The technology has not advanced to a point where an iron that's 3 or 4 years old, 5 years old, is going to be an issue with playing with people who've got brand new irons that just came out, okay? These will keep up, they will deliver. I guarantee you're gonna be impressed. I've got them with the KBS Tour C-Taper extra stiff shafts in this limited design, which is basically just a black painted steel shaft. I think it adds a really good look to the overall club. I've got like silver, orange, and black, and I really like that combination of colors. They look great in the bag. You're not gonna have to be embarrassed or feel like you're playing with kids clubs because they got all these different colors and designs on them. They've got a nice head shape and size to them. And overall, just playing with these for the, I'd say probably 8 or 9 rounds that I played with them, super impressed. It is game changer for myself over the Mizunos. If you're in the market for a new set of irons, give these a second look. These are the Cobra King Forged Tour irons. You won't be disappointed. If you want to see more gear reviews, then check out this playlist right here. Thank you so much for watching, and as always, keep on swinging.